Steve welcomes me and says that I am the first guest for Blue's birthday party. He says I am early, and since I am, he wanted to ask for help in getting things ready for the party and playing Blue's Clues to figure out what Blue wants for her birthday. I agree and help out with a special dance for Blue. I sung it with Steve, and afterwards, Steve asks Blue what she wanted for her birthday. So, we played a birthday game of Blue's Clues to figure out. Side Table Drawer was excited for Blue's birthday party. As Side Table Drawer opens up her drawer, confetti sprinkles out. Steve had a birthday notebook for a birthday game of Blue's Clues. Steve explains how to play Blue's Clues to me. Soon after, Steve heads to the kitchen. He spots some cupcakes with blue frosting and sprinkles that Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper just made, but one of the cupcakes had no sprinkles. Forgotten sprinkles? They both said, where? They both asked. They find out which cupcake needed sprinkles. Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper are so excited about Blue's birthday, and so is Steve. Steve heads outside and saw the backyard decorated. Steve comes across an invitation on the path. Later, we find the first clue, which is a drop of green watercolor paint, his favorite color. Steve gets out his notebook, but because the clue is a color, he needed a green crayon. Steve draws the first clue, but he needed to find 2 more clues. Soon after, Steve helps out by fixing more things that are out of place. We complete a set of balloons that were missing one, and it was a light blue one, and place a missing napkin on the table. Steve then quietly asks Mrs. Pepper to watch Blue while Steve skidoos alone to the present store and picks out gifts for Blue, and we buy her a stuffed blue puppy, and Steve buys her a turquoise turtle. The cash register says that its name is Turquoise. We skidoo back home, see everyone playing musical chairs, and he found the second clue, a tank. So far, Steve had 2 clues, the color green and a tank. Before Steve went to play musical chairs, the doorbell rang, and Gingerbread Boy arrives for Blue's birthday party and joins on some party games. When we get our mailbox, he got Blue a special birthday card just for the birthday girl. Blue gets a birthday card from several special guests wishing Blue a happy birthday. They were Gloria Estefan, Tia and Tamara Maury, Amanda Bynes, and the late Michelle Trachtenberg, and finally the surviving Rosie O'Donnell. Then when Steve was about to play musical chairs again, the doorbell rang again, and Baby Bear shows up next to Blue's birthday party, and Steve thanks Mama Bear for dropping her off safely and bids her goodbye, to which she responds by honking her car horn. Then many friends watch as Blue unwraps her presents, each of which matches the personalities of the friend that gave them to her. Slippery Soap gave Blue a bottle of bubbles. Slippery Soap said, "I just love bubbles, and I thought you would too, Blue." As Blue gave him a big hug, everyone clapped and cheered for Slippery Soap. Gingerbread Boy gave Blue a gingerbread house. Gingerbread Boy said, "Now you won't forget my house, Blue." As Blue gave Gingerbread Boy a big hug, he gave Blue a gentle pat on the head while hugging her, and everyone clapped and cheered for Gingerbread Boy too. Tickety Tock gave Blue a clock puzzle. Tickety Tock said, "That clock puzzle is for me. Happy birthday." Blue then gave Tickety Tock a big hug, and Tickety rang her alarm bells with joy, and everyone clapped and cheered for her too. I gave Blue the blue spotted puppy plushie, and Blue licked, or in other words, kissed me very sweetly. Shovel and Pail gave Blue some flowers from the garden, and they said, "And these flowers are from us, from the garden." And Baby Bear gave Blue a book that she wrote all by herself, and she said, "This book is for me. I read it all by myself." So everyone cheered and clapped, the doorbell rang again, and Magenta arrives at the door. As she walked in, a turtle shell falls on the floor, which is the last clue. Steve saw it and drew it in the notebook, and before he did, Steve made a joke about the shell and said, "Let's draw the shell, shall we?" After the last clue, a shell, Steve decided to go back to the backyard, go tell Blue. Just as Steve heads back outside before he could tell Blue opens Magenta's gift, Steve remembers they took the picture when Magenta came over to play. As everyone clapped and cheered for Magenta, Steve had some good news to tell Blue. He quietly told her that they found all 3 clues. Everyone was excited and delighted, and they all said, We all said thinking chair together. So Steve and Blue head inside the thinking chair. Steve sits down in the thinking chair and tries to figure out what Blue wants for her birthday present. The clues were the color green, a tank, and a shell. Steve realized that Blue wanted a turtle for her birthday. Steve stands up, but the music doesn't play just yet. Steve whispers to me up close that a turtle is what he bought at the present store. So Steve tells Blue that they figure out Blue's clues and confetti rains down on top of them. Us. Blue opens Steve's present and finds a pet turtle from the present store. Steve tells Blue it was a special green turtle with a blue spotted shell. Steve told Blue that her name is Turquoise. Happy birthday, Blue. I love you, Steve tells Blue as she looks, or in other words, kisses him, sweetly. Blue then plays a brief round of pin the flag on mailbox before the birthday cake is delivered. Steve saw the cake was shaped like Blue's paw print. We all sing the birthday song. Soon after, Blue and Steve blow out the candles. Steve clears his throat, thanks me, and sings the So Long song.